You're listening to the Fun with Horror podcast with your hosts, Scotty and Andrew.
Oh, hello, all you beautiful people out there. Welcome back to the Fun with Horror podcast, your weekly movie review podcast in which my BFF Andrew and I take turns giving each other movies to watch, and then we discuss them the following week. We have two rules only. Number one, whoever picks the movie has to pick a movie they've never seen, and number two, we both have to watch the movie before we discuss it. Last week, actually, no, 2 weeks ago, my buddy Andrew here.
That's
Hi,
me.
Andrew.
Hi.
It's a me.
It's a me.
My buddy Andrew here, he picked the 1992 original Candyman.
Yep.
So last week, I decided to continue the trend because I had not seen Candyman Farewell to the Flesh.
Ooh.
So that's what I picked. Directed by Bill Condon and once again starring Tony Todd as the Candyman.
Nice.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Are you excited, buddy?
I'm really excited. I'm very excited about this. That's all I'll say.
Me too. That's all I'll say.
We're not reviewing it quite yet, but when we do.
When we do. Oh, yes. And, of course, as always, stay tuned, everybody, to the end of the episode to find out what Andrew just might pick for our next episode. It's his least favorite part of the show.
Stop.
Stop.
Yeah, this is my work week one. Gotta pick something. Ugh.
Now, Andrew, I've been thinking about something.
Ooh, what have you been thinking about?
Well, we have both recently seen a movie
Yes.
directed by Edgar Wright, and that movie is Last Night in Soho.
Yay.
You just saw it,
Yes. Yep.
and I saw it a couple weeks ago. And you liked it.
I did. I really liked it. Yeah.
You loved it.
I loved it. Anything Edgar Wright touches, I'm all about, man.
I loved it too. Yeah, but that got me thinking that it's an interesting thing
Mm-hmm.
that we do here in this podcast.
What's that?
Well, it's our game that we play.
Oh, right.
And so when I was watching the movie, and we're not going to spoil Last Night in Soho, so
No.
it's fine, everybody. It's fine. It's fine.
Fine. Relax.
Chill out.
It's okay.
So when Mary and I were
Mhm.
watching Last Night in Soho,
Yeah.
near the end of the movie, Mary actually said to me, "Are you guys doing this movie?"
Ooh.
And I told her, rightfully at the time, well, now I cannot pick the movie because I've seen it.
Right.
However, Andrew has not seen it yet that I know of,
Mm-hmm.
so he can still pick the movie for one of our movies. But now you've seen it too. So it's just interesting because certain movies
Mm-hmm.
will not be eligible
Right.
for our episodes
Right.
because of our rules, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But we can still mention the movies here in our little intro here
Absolutely.
and say that we liked it, we recommend it.
Yeah.
But it also brings up some things we've thought of.
Let's hear it, man. I'm trying
You're
to think
just along for the ride.
I'm here, dude.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it. You know how I am. I always tell you, I just get so darn enamored by your voice that I zone out a little bit. I'm just like, he's so good.
Oh, everything Edgar Wright touches. Hey, so anyway, I'm blushing.
Sorry.
As I was saying, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, you and I have talked about it. We've talked about things that we might like to do in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about what about some of these movies that we've both seen that sometimes maybe people might want to hear us talk about.
Yes.
And that's where we come into the future and possible people requesting, doing official requests of movies and having special episodes.
I love that idea.
Me too. I would love to talk about some movies, certain movies, not all the time, because I love the way I love our format.
Me too. Yep, I wouldn't change it.
I love the game
so
we
fun.
play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the other idea that we were talking about, and this is like in the future, maybe if we have a Patreon or something, and we want to give our subscribers, our patrons, if you will, something special. We were talking about watching movies and doing a commentary, like talking while we watch the movie, and then for the purposes of that secret episode, we would just at the beginning have people who want to watch along just pause the movie, because obviously we can't play the audio from the movie.
Yep.
But we'd have them pause the movie at the beginning.
Yep.
And then we would talk during the movie, and people can watch along and listen to us talk. And, people do that. It's a popular thing.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
So it's just some thoughts.
I think it'd be super fun. And like you said, just getting to do some movies that we've seen before. Some of those famous ones, like you even mentioned, Nightmare on Elm Street. What a great, that would be so much fun to watch that with you. Even though we've both seen it, it'll be different, with us watching it. And I'm all about that. I think that'd be a blast.
I agree. I think it would be fun. And we get to talk about the scenes we love, the scenes we don't love. We'd get to talk about our experiences with Nightmare on Elm Street. I think it'd be fun.
I think it'd be cool. And like you said, it wouldn't be a commentary on the movie itself, the behind the scenes stuff. It'd just be more us enjoying the movie.
Right, because there's already commentaries on certain movies that have that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Although if we know something, might as well mention it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
I
love the idea, though. I think that sounds awesome.
I do too. Yeah. So everybody out there, you guys know how to talk to us and comment. If you got any ideas, if any of this sounds good to you, let us know.
Please, yes, please let us know.
Yeah. We'd love to hear. We love to hear from our listeners.
We do. It's so fun. I love anytime we get comments on our Facebook. It's such a treat. It's just really cool to see people comment on things or give some insight or input. It's awesome. I love it.
I do too, Andrew. But now I think I want to say goodbye.
Okay.
I'd like to say farewell to the flesh.
The terror in the mirror returns. Our journey begins. To avenge his name. Reveal his past. And fulfill his destiny.
What do you want from me?
Death is a return, In a motion picture that ends what the first one barely started. Candyman, farewell to the flesh.
Scotty,
Yeah.
you picked... well, I picked Candyman, and then you, like
Andrew!
you mentioned... Hey.
Hey.
You stop that. No. I love that you, though, decided to go down this rabbit hole, man, the Candyman rabbit hole, by picking... we talked a little bit about last week, but this was a very big surprise to me. I really thought you were going to pick the 2021 Candyman, since you'd really wanted to see that one. So I was shocked, but what a fun rabbit hole, for real.
Candyman, Farewell to the Flesh, released in 1995.
Yes. 3 years after the first one.
Correct.
Buddy, this is our very first time watching this, the sequel to the original Candyman. What did you think of this movie?
Well, let me tell you what I thought.
Please.
I didn't hate it.
Nice, yep.
I didn't hate it.
All right.
I watched it twice.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it, like I do. I watched one time to enjoy the movie,
Mm-hmm.
a second time to watch the commentary.
Nice.
The director, Bill Condon, who has directed some pretty big movies. He directed Dreamgirls, which I
Whoa.
believe won an Academy Award.
Wow.
He directed the Beauty and the Beast live-action movie. He directed that.
Whoa. I did not know that.
He's been around. He's done some stuff, but this was one of his first feature films. He'd done a lot of TV movies, and he was a big fan of the first movie.
Nice.
So, yeah, it was a very cool commentary with Bill Condon. But I watched it then too, and I gotta say,
Mm-hmm.
once again, I enjoyed it. The movie itself a little bit more the second time when I knew more what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
The first time, I thought the movie. I definitely see the movie's drawbacks.
Sure.
I thought it got slow in places.
Yep.
Because there seemed to be less Candyman and more non-Candyman characters.
Right. Yes.
But then I'll tell you what, the last half hour of that movie I really, really enjoyed.
Nice.
I thought it was good. And mostly because a lot of it is about Candyman at that point.
Yep. Oh, for sure.
Before we get too far into this, Andrew,
Mm-hmm.
tell me about your thoughts.
I, again, never having seen any of these movies, including the first one, I had zero expectations for this one. I had no idea what to expect at all.
Yeah.
And going into this and watching it, I really liked it. I was pleasantly surprised with how much I liked this movie.
Good.
Yeah, very good.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We found out this movie focused more on his history.
Yes.
It's interesting because
Should we do a
last
spoiler?
week. Nah.
Okay,
No,
all right,
no,
all
I'm
right.
just kidding. Yes, everybody out there. We're about to spoil Candyman Farewell to the Flesh. In
Yes.
fact, we're probably going to just call it Candyman 2 from now on.
Yeah, that works.
We might also be spoiling Candyman 1,
Yes. Yeah.
1992, Candyman.
Yep.
But we talked about that last week, so
Yeah.
I figure all of you people are on board, all of you fine, beautiful people. So, yeah, here we go. Spoilers.
Yes.
Maybe.
Maybe.
The movie focuses more on Candyman's background,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
where he came from.
Yep.
We find out his name is Daniel Robitaille.
Yeah.
We found that out right at the beginning.
Yeah.
In a scene that I really liked because I was not expecting to see any characters from the first movie.
I had
we,
that same thought. Besides Tony Todd, who I knew, but it was nice to see. Yeah, someone from the first one. I thought that was great. Great way to
Michael
start.
Culkin, who plays Purcell, Philip Purcell, has written a book about the Candyman.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one in the first movie who gave us the Candyman's background,
Yes.
which is also he's a character in Clive Barker's original story.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I really liked seeing him again.
Yep.
Even though he didn't last long. Didn't think he was going to last long either.
No. Huh.
Yeah, but it's interesting. What I was going to say is last week we talked about how much we appreciated.
I know what you're going for.
Yeah, that the first movie didn't show us flashbacks of Candyman's history.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked it in the second movie. I liked that they did.
Yeah.
Like full-blown scenes. Like, this is what happened to Candyman. This is what happened to Daniel Robitaille.
Yep.
Yeah, so I liked that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I liked, for the most part, I liked the actors.
Yeah.
I really liked Kelly Rowan as Annie, the lead.
She was great.
I liked her husband.
Me too.
He was really good. Is that? Yeah, it was Timothy Carhart. He played Paul McKeever.
Right.
Now the only thing I will say about Candyman's background real quick, because that was the highlight of the movie for me. But at the same time, I did just read a snippet from an interview with Virginia Madsen. She did not like the history that they gave Candyman.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think she said, and I'd have to go back and rewatch the first movie to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
But they never said that he was a slave in the first movie. He was a citizen.
You're right. Yeah, because he was this known painter, and yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And he was in an illicit relationship with who we find out is a woman named Caroline.
Yes.
But in this movie, they made him a slave. I don't know how I feel about that.
I agree.
Knowing that, I do like the idea of him being part of regular society, but just a black man, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But otherwise, I did. The other thing I was confused about, and I don't know if you know this one. In the first movie, did they say, if you remember, did they say that after they cut off his hand, they placed the hook on it, or did he place the hook on his hand?
I thought if I remember right, and again, this is me just trying to remember, I thought he did it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Then maybe I remembered that wrong. Anybody out there wants to jump in and comment and correct us, please do so.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
We're always, by the way, everybody out there, we are always good with corrections.
Yes, yeah.
Because we're not going to get everything right. We watch the movies and then we make notes and we might remember some things wrong. If you want to correct us, please do, because we want to be correct.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
We will not take it unless you say, he put his hook on his own hand, stupid. That's not the proper way to tell us, but...
Yeah. You're all better than that, though.
We love our listeners.
We do.
Even the ones that hate us.
I hope we don't have a lot that hate us.
No, but we especially love those.
Yeah. Yep.
We love you.
Kill you with kindness.
Sorry. Wow, that was... Okay, so Andrew...
Brought to you by the letter C. All right.
What did we not care for in this movie?
Good question. I would agree with you that there was a few moments that were a little slow. The one I can really think of in particular, and maybe it wasn't slow, it was just kind of odd, I guess. Some of the conversations she had with her brother, Annie has with her brother, I just felt like a few of those kind of dragged, and they just were... I don't know, not even necessary, I guess. I mean, I like that the brother had this backstory and stuff, and of course, later it kind of comes into play. But I don't know, those scenes I just kind of was like, I could fast forward these because I really don't think I'm going to lose much.
I agree. I agree. Her brother Ethan, played by William O'Leary. I'm with you. He was good. He was fine as an actor.
Yep.
But I didn't care for his character.
Agreed. Yep. Agreed.
Also, did they just keep him in that little interrogation room for days?
That's what I was thinking too. He's in there the whole
always
movie.
in that interrogation room. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's allowed.
I mean, I'm just going to assume that we only saw him when they brought him back to the interrogation room, but he was just always there.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I think he lived there.
I think so too.
Yeah, that's one thing I have against the movie. I mean, and in general, I just thought it took a while. We've seen Candyman. We know who he is from the first movie. Let's see more of him.
Agreed.
Because that was my favorite parts of the movie when Tony Todd appeared.
Yep. Absolutely.
Because, once again, Tony Todd was amazing.
He's so good, man. He's so good.
Yeah.
He's just a good I mean, and not even like good as a villain. He's just good because even he's not really I mean, he is, but when you see even his background, his history, like you just feel horrible for him. I mean, he just is this nice. He's just so good. Your heart breaks for him, and I mean, it would anyway. I think if you saw that happen to anybody, but especially him, he's just good.
Even more than the first movie, I thought this one showcased his acting skills.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I think in a lot of the more recent things he's been in, his acting skills aren't really shown.
You're right. You were
like in
absolutely
Hellfest,
right.
he's fine, he's good, and it's so good to see him. But his acting skills don't shine, and I wish I had seen Candyman 2 a long time ago because, man, in those flashback scenes, he was so good, and it was so heartbreaking to see him go through that.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely.
But this also brings up another small issue I have with the movie.
Please, yeah.
I don't understand the rules of Candyman. I don't think they quite understood them either in the movie. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Who does he kill?
Right. Yeah.
Who can see him? That's another thing.
Yes. Yep.
I really liked the idea of the lady detective. I like the idea of her watching the video of him killing the other cop.
Yeah, me too.
Detective Ray. And I'm not sure what her character's name is. I couldn't find it. I'll be honest, the full cast and crew on IMDb is kind of confusing.
Yeah, there's no pictures.
Yeah, there's a lot of pictures missing.
Yep.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure which character is hers. But anyway, she's watching, and you see the detective lifted up invisibly.
Yeah.
So she sees him getting killed, but she doesn't see Candyman. It's kind of like almost kind of like a Nightmare on Elm Street moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where you see the things Freddy's doing in the dream, but you just see the effects in the real world. But then, okay, I just don't get it, though. So if she can't see him, why can, say, Ethan?
Exactly.
You know, the detective holds Ethan up to the mirror, and he says Candyman's name 5 times, which I actually like that scene.
I did too. Mm-hmm.
And then Candyman appears, and Ethan sees him.
Yeah.
So why can Ethan see him, but the detective can't? You know, these are the rules that they kind of play loose with.
Agreed. Yep.
And, of course, just like in the first movie, we do have a character who calls Candyman, and Candyman gives her special attention. He doesn't kill her. He's going to take her on a journey instead of killing her. So,
right.
Yeah, it's strange because her father called Candyman, and Candyman killed him.
Yep.
She calls Candyman, and Candyman says, I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to take you on a journey, and you get to see everybody around you die.
Right. Well, but it kind of makes sense a little bit later when we find out why he took her on the journey and not him.
Yeah, of course.
You know.
Of course. Well, no, why didn't he take the father on the journey?
Well, I thought the father was married into the family. So that was how I took it. Was like,
man,
whatever.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Yep.
That's a good point.
So that was my understanding of it, was that he's married into it, but the family itself of Candyman, spoiler, is safer.
We already gave a spoiler.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah. I say
I think
safer,
you just single-handedly saved this podcast, Andrew. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
Well, no, this is why I
Wait,
love talking about movies with
single-handedly?
you. Yes, single-handedly. You heard me.
Pun intended, my man.
Oh, yeah. It was my turn.
Oh my gosh, that's
Last
2
week
in a row.
you were hooked.
Yes.
And this week you did it single-handedly. Wow.
So good. Not meant at all. Yes.
No, not at all. I didn't even think about it when I said it.
That was
you
awesome.
got it. Man, that's amazing.
That is amazing. Oh my gosh. So good.
What were we even talking about?
I don't know.
Candyman.
No, the family.
Yes.
Yeah, his family. Well, they're kind of safer, but also not really, I guess.
Yeah. But then he kills the mom, okay?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So why does he kill the mom? Why does he kill Veronica Cartwright?
I don't know. The only thing I think is because she was lying about it, and maybe he was mad, like, hey, don't lie about me.
I guess.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Yeah, see, so this
Yeah.
is what I'm saying. It,
Yeah.
it wasn't horrible, but they kind of play loosey-goosey with the rules.
Right.
Okay, and I guess, I mean, there's little tiny things, but the only other thing that, and this didn't bother me until the second time I saw it,
Yeah, what's that?
Annie goes through, she loses everybody close to her.
Yeah. Yes.
She lost her husband, she lost her mom, she lost her brother.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the movie, she leaves that church and she puts her hand around young Matthew, smiling. It's a brand new day, happy as can be.
You're right.
I was just sitting there going, ugh, you know,
Like,
I mean, I get it. You just survived an incredible ordeal,
right.
but man, I'd be a little sad
Yep.
when that new day dawns.
Yeah, since everyone died within the last, like, day or two, it feels like, or maybe week. That's what, yeah.
And it was after a scene I really liked. I really liked that it was the morning of Lent.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that they had gone straight to the church. They were
Mhm.
still dirty from their battle with Candyman.
Right.
And they went straight to the church, and he's giving them the Lent cross.
Yep.
I don't know if there's a word for it that you can help me out here with.
I mean, just, like, ash. Just the ash.
ash.
On the top, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, he's doing the ashes to ashes and whatever. And that, I like that idea that they didn't even go home and clean up. They went straight to the church, and he's the little kid, Matthew. He's his father.
Yes. Yep.
And it's also one of those things. He's an outside party who believes,
Right.
which
yes.
I always appreciate in movies.
Me too. Absolutely.
We're so used to people not believing that something weird is going on. When you see a character who does believe it and is totally with it, he's like, yep, Candyman's real.
Yep.
So
Agreed.
but yeah, the little, I mean, they might as well have skipped away.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
I don't know.
No, I completely agree with that. Yeah, have a little bit of sadness, but I mean,
But
I
that's
guess
about it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I really don't have a lot of issues with this movie. Like I said, I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. So,
Yeah, and the issues I do have with the movie are somewhat small.
yeah,
They don't bother me. Like some people, I know they watch a movie and these things would kind of ruin the movie for them, But
Right.
for me, these are the kinds of issues that I'm like, yeah, I recognize it, but I still enjoy the movie and I can watch it again.
Yep, agreed. I know a few people like that just can't enjoy the movie, and it's like, just forget about it. I do, whatever.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. It's still fun.
But then we have what we did enjoy about the movie.
Yeah.
And as we said, a lot of that was Candyman himself.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, man. He's so good, and he's so imposing
yes.
when he appears.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to tell you something, buddy.
Please.
Something I found out through that commentary.
Ooh, yeah. What'd you find out?
You mentioned a story last week about Tony Todd getting paid $1,000 for each bee sting.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Not true.
Oh, okay. I was wrong.
Bill Condon said that it was one of those little trivia things that they show in front of movies, like at AMC or something, and it's just simply not true at all.
Oh, well, good to know.
Yeah. He said, I don't know where it came from, but Tony Todd was not paid $1,000 for every bee sting. But he did get stung.
Well, I guess I'll take that. Thanks a lot, the internet.
Don't believe everything you read.
There you go. Exactly. I learned something today.
What else do we like? The music.
Yeah, I have that note. Yep.
I
Nice
found
to hear
out
it.
more about Philip Glass's score.
Ooh, what did
or
you find out?
scores to these two movies. Well, one thing I think I heard, but it didn't really register.
Mhm.
Bill Condon talked about it even more this time. Was that in the first movie, Philip Glass basically composed a suite of music.
Oh,
It was like
cool.
20 to 30 minutes long. They used that music, they edited it and threw it into the movie where it was needed, and it fit perfectly
Yeah, that's
where they
awesome.
put it. But he didn't compose the score classically like it's normally done, where he watches the movie and composes pieces of music to certain scenes.
Sure.
And you can kind of tell when you listen to it. It fits what you're watching in the movie, but it is unconnected at the same time.
I could see that. Yeah. Absolutely.
But it's beautiful.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
this
God,
movie, I believe that they used some of that same suite,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but they had Philip Glass compose a piece of music for Annie herself.
Oh,
So she
cool.
she has an actual theme in this movie, which is nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Because I was going to say, I know a lot of it sounded familiar from the first one, because they do
Yeah.
use it quite a bit. But I like that he made her own theme. That's cool.
Yeah, and it's a very beautiful theme when you pay attention and you hear it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first time you hear it is when I think it's when her and her husband go into the mansion,
Oh, yeah.
which was a very funny scene, by the way. Because her husband is this big dude,
Yeah.
and he is the wimpiest dude.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
And that was on purpose, and I liked it. I liked that she was the braver of the two.
Me too. Yep.
He just wanted to leave. He just wanted to go home.
See, and I would relate to him. I'd be the one if Cindy was like, "We're gonna go into this place," like, I don't know about that.
Yeah. We just walked into this room, and there's like 3 homeless people looking at us weird.
Yeah.
But then she just walks through the rest of the house
Yeah.
like nobody was there.
I know.
And he's like, "Yeah, can we just go?"
Yep.
And then when he goes out on the balcony and he sees the 2 guys trying to break into his car,
Yeah.
he hits the little rip rip, the car alarm, and then he's just go, "Oh, come on, guys."
Yeah. Yes.
It's not even like I'm gonna kill you. It's like,
No.
oh, come on, jeez, guys.
And he literally, I mean, he does that too. His head even does like that motion of, kind of looks down, like, oh man.
Yeah, he was great.
He was great. I really liked her husband in this. A
Yeah,
lot.
and I mean, I'll admit I was confused as to who he was at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, you're right.
I thought he was a cop.
I didn't know if he was a cop. I honestly at first thought he was like her stepdad because of
Oh.
how her mom was
Oh.
talking to him.
Interesting.
And like giving him looks and stuff and being like, "You'd be a great dad," and all this. And I was like, "Oh,
oh,
right on, okay." I was like, I feel like he would look like those two kind of have more chemistry than they did.
Oh.
Like he and the daughter, but yeah.
Ugh.
I know, it was just weird how they introduced him. I was like, "Okay. That's cool."
Yeah. Well, when they introduced him, he was at the police station waiting for Annie.
Right. Yes.
So that's why I thought he was a cop.
That makes sense. Yep.
And then suddenly she goes to his restaurant and he's got a chef's outfit on, and I'm like, "Oh, wait. What's happening here?" He's a cop and a chef? And then it's like, "No, he's just a chef, Scotty." But that was fine. I'm not going to fault the movie for that. I was just a little confused myself.
Me too. I was too.
I really liked the attic, the area with all the graffiti.
Yeah. That was
It was
cool.
nice.
Nice little
I-
shout out to the first one too. It felt like all those.
Absolutely. I was just going to say that.
Oh.
Sweets to the sweet.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, I guess so. As much as I did like the flashback scene,
Mm-hmm.
I did kind of like go, kind of cringed a tiny bit.
Yeah.
When the little kid calls
Oh.
him, He like takes the honey off of his cheek and he goes, "The Candyman." And then that crazy lady's like, "Candyman, yeah." That was a little cringeworthy.
I agree.
And then she goes, "Sweets to the sweet."
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, you didn't have to. Oh.
No, that could have been very. We never needed to know that origin.
Yeah, that was a little too far there.
Yeah.
Guys. I mean, that would have been. I like just the idea that people started calling him Candyman because they left candy for him
Right.
in the projects.
Yep.
Albeit it was candy with razor blades in it, but
Right.
yeah, they still left him candy. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it would have been much more effective just to leave that. Never know where it came from.
Also, when I lick a little dab of honey off my finger, I don't just automatically think candy.
Right, that's what I thought too when he did that. I was like, no, that's honey. That's honey.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Honey man.
Yeah, honey guy.
Honey guy.
Honey guy.
Oh, that would have been an interesting movie. Honey guy.
Honey guy's gonna get you. Oh my
Honey
gosh.
guy, farewell to the hive.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Anyway, so yeah, I guess we're not done with the little things we
Critiques.
didn't like
Yeah.
about the movie. But anyway,
Yeah, that's all right.
back to what we did like.
Yes.
We're gonna finish this podcast going, well, turns out we hate the movie.
Yeah, right. Oh.
Hey, you know what else Bill Condon did?
What?
He did Breaking Dawn, Twilight, Volume 1.
Oh.
He directed that. One of the Twilight movies. There you go.
Oh.
Man, I got another thing. That a drawback of this movie.
Oh no.
Something I forgot to mention.
What?
It had too many cheap jump scares in it.
You're right. There were a few.
The
in this
worst
one.
kind.
Mm-hmm.
Like where her husband just comes up behind her and it's like, whee!
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the great thing is that was so I really liked the commentary with Bill Condon because it happened. I don't know when he recorded it, but it was years after the movie had been released.
Oh, really? Okay.
The movie was already on video. I don't know.
Mm.
And he was very, very aware of how people had taken to the movie because people did not like this movie when it came out.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It was very poorly received. It's got a terrible rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so he even said, as he's watching it, he's like, yeah. He called them boos, by the way. Not jump scares, but boos. He's like, I probably put too many boos in the movie. And he's like, I promise this is the last one. Okay, wait. Maybe there's one more. So
That's
I like
amazing.
he was a little bit self-deprecating.
Oh.
But it was fun, you know. It was fun listening to him. He was
Yeah.
very honest, and I like to hear that. I like to hear people who are honest about how the movie was received.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I'm just looking at my notes here.
Yeah.
I liked Veronica Cartwright.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She was great as usual,
Oh, yeah. She's always great.
and she played a classic character who is. She's aware. She doesn't not believe in Candyman. She knows Candyman is real,
Right.
but she chooses to ignore it.
Right.
And she's trying to sweep it under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
And in this movie, I thought that worked really well as a very overt metaphor for how a lot of people, especially white people, deal with racism. They just choose to ignore it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, doesn't exist.
Yep.
And I thought, so I did like her character.
Mm-hmm.
I also liked Matt Clark as Honoré Thibodeau, the medicine man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, he wasn't in the movie long, but he made an impression.
Yeah, he did.
I love to see Matt Clark in movies.
Yeah, man.
I loved the daughter's room at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It was funny, but I loved it. Like it was. Could you make your daughter's room creepier
Right. Exactly.
with like black and orange walls? Like who does that?
Yeah. Yeah. Although, what were your thoughts on that last scene of the, her the little girl that's looking in the mirror saying Candyman. Did you like that?
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. I'm interested because, you know, the movie set forth this theory that if you destroy the original mirror,
Right.
like that's the other thing. Like again, to the rules. Like, so he just looked in the mirror
Mm-hmm.
as they were calling him Candyman, and that's how he just put himself in the mirror. And I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like they don't really explain. If you're gonna explain his background, go further and explain how he became this supernatural being.
Yes. Agreed. Yep.
So, but they did set forth this theory that her father had found out that if you break that original mirror,
Mm-hmm.
Caroline's original mirror, if it was broken, then Candyman would be banished forever.
Yes.
So then how does he come back in part 3? We don't know.
We don't know yet.
I'm very curious. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that nothing appeared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't mind the scene because nothing happened. She said Candyman 4.5 times.
Yeah.
And then Annie stops her
Yes.
from saying it the 5th time.
Yeah. Which I liked. I liked that she grabbed it.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, oh, good, yeah. Don't
Because
risk it.
I would have liked it a lot less if like she had said it 5 times and then she put the mirror down or something, or puts the mirror down, and then you'd like see him smiling in the mirror or something.
Exactly.
That would have
And
been
that's
cheesy.
what I totally thought that was what was going to happen. So when it didn't, I was like, yeah, okay, cool.
Exactly, me too.
Yep.
I'm with you there.
Nice.
So yeah, I didn't mind it. I thought it was fine.
Yep. I liked it.
Yeah, what else you got, buddy?
Man, what else I got? Well, I like the idea that Candyman has a lineage, that he has like this, that Caroline was pregnant, had the baby, and then has, continues down the line. I thought that was kind of interesting and fun, and I liked that was why he had, I mean, of course, Annie called him, but that was kind of why he had chosen her as his, I don't know, protege, I guess, if you will.
Yeah.
Because they're family. I thought that was kind of a cool way to do it. Because I was like, I wondered, like, is she going to be, like, the new love interest? Because he, in the first one when he loved Helen.
Yeah.
And so I was like, is she going to just be this new love interest? Because she kind of looks, blonde hair, blue-eyed, whatever. But I like that she wasn't. He chose her because she's family. I just thought that was a fun way to do it rather than just rehash the exact same thing in a sequel.
I did like it, and I also kind of cringed a little bit because not a single one of his ancestors was even partly black looking.
You're right. Yes, that's
They were all
true.
very, very white.
You're right. Yep. You're right.
So that's just, to me, that's just kind of whitewashing in movies a little bit.
Fair. Nope.
So I'm gonna take a couple points off for that, or a point at least.
Good point. I'll do the same. I'll mark it off because you're right. You are absolutely right.
But I do agree with you. I did like the idea that we were introduced to his lineage.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Just something, like I said, I just was expecting we were gonna get the same movie hashed out again, but that we didn't. I was happy about that. I said, okay, it's different enough. I like that.
And I kind of dug the last scene in the old slave quarters.
Yeah.
Like that was the whole water rising and everything, and although the skeleton hand was kind of cheesy.
What did you think of Candyman being destroyed?
I thought that was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 95.
I know.
So
Yeah.
it was 95. They didn't have a huge budget, so I'm not gonna knock the movie because of like cheesy special effects.
Right.
Because they also weren't that horrible.
Fair, but yeah, compared to today's standards, I was like, oof. But again, like you said, it's 95. They did not have the technology.
I mean, we just watched Jurassic Park, the original.
Yeah, man.
And even Jurassic Park, the first time they see dinosaurs in that movie, the special effects now look dated.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Agreed.
Like, I remember back seeing that movie in the theater, and it was awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
You thought real brachiosauruses were really there.
Mm-hmm.
Now you look and you're like, yeah, I can definitely tell that's a computer graphic.
For sure.
Other parts of the movie are great, But this isn't about Jurassic Park. This is about Candyman 2.
Next week's episode.
What? No. we
No.
Andrew reveals that he's never seen Jurassic Park.
Is that the one with the dolphins or something?
Yeah, the dolphins.
Dolphins?
It's the one with the dolphins.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway. So I think we can move on to our 3 questions.
I like that idea.
Who would cross the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3.
Okay, Scotty, as you said, 3 questions. First question. What was your favorite death/kill in Candyman?
It's a tough one, buddy.
Yeah.
That's a tough one, man. Because I like 2 of them. There were 2 that stood out to me.
Give them both to me, man.
Nah, I got to pick one. That's
right.
The rules are 1. I think I'm going to pick Paul, her husband.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it was sad, it was heartbreaking, and it was very well done.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the rules. I want to see this hook close up.
Yeah.
Because it's almost as if the hook has this razor sharp edge to it. But no, I think when he tears through a body, it's usually pretty ragged looking. So I don't know. I like it. But yeah, I'm going to go with that one. Because he lifts him off the ground and it's bloody and it's good.
Yeah. That was my.
What about you?
That was my second place.
Yeah.
Because it was
So
really awesome.
I hope your first place was my second place.
Well, my first place, I don't know, man. My first place was the police officer getting killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? There you go. Yeah, that's why I didn't mention both of mine, because I was hoping you might mention.
Fair enough. Well, it's just like we said earlier. I mean, having that invisible kill was super duper cool as well. With the police officer watching the tape, I was like, "That's cool." No, that never happens. Where like the police see, the actual thing happening.
Yeah,
It's always
yeah.
there's always
I
something.
agree.
So I loved that, and I loved that guy's death. It was just awesome. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Also, he deserved it.
Yeah, that guy was a jerk.
Speaking of police, when it first showed him and the other cops sitting outside of Thibodeau's, watching Annie go up there,
Yep.
Was it me or was that cop car on hydraulics for a moment there? Watch that scene again, because right at the beginning, man, it looks like the car's like settling down off of hydraulics.
What?
But nobody mentioned it. I was like, what the heck? Anyway, question number 2.
Question number 2. That's amazing. Question number 2. Scotty, was this movie scary?
Nah.
Yeah.
No. And I think maybe the first couple scenes with Candyman might be a little thrilling.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't really. It's more. I thought it was just more of a good story, but not very scary.
Fair.
I don't think it'll keep too many people up at night.
I agree with you. Yeah. Not scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun, not scary.
Oh.
Oh,
You
sorry.
just
I
answered our next question.
I
Oh my God,
what
spoilers.
was I doing? My
What
gosh.
are you doing?
I really screwed that up.
You screwed the pooch this
I
time.
did. You know what? I'm done. No, did you have? We already know I did, but did you have fun with horror?
I did. It's another one I half did.
Okay.
I think the movie moves slow at times, and it's not so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
But then it gets fun, and it gets, to me, it got better.
Sure.
I think if we did give some kind of 5-star rating, I'd sit it firmly around 2.5.
Okay.
We don't ever do that, but I think to get my point across, I have to kind of say that.
Okay. I would.
What about you?
If I did have fun, I would give it a little higher than that, though. I would say a 3.25. I wouldn't quite go 3.5, but I'd go 3.25.
3.278.
3.14159.
I like it. Hey, is that pie?
It was pie. Good job.
Amazing.
Not only do we talk about horror movies, but we teach people on this.
Fun with math.
Fun with math.
Math is never fun, buddy. No.
I kind of like it.
Oh, my gosh. podcast over.
Yeah.
Annie? I don't think we're alone.
Okay, so, Andrew,
Yes.
before you mention our next movie,
Yeah.
I just want to say I ordered a Blu-ray yesterday from Amazon.
Oh, boy.
What did you pick for our next movie, buddy?
It's something you probably aren't expecting.
Get out of here.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, of course, we're continuing down this rabbit hole, my man. We're jumping into Candyman 3, Day of the Dead.
Well, okay, remember, just like this one, it's just called Candyman Day of the Dead. There's no 3 in the title. Isn't that crazy?
That is weird. Although
But we'll probably refer to it as Candyman 3.
Yeah, so Candyman, Day of the Dead.
Colon. Candyman, Colin Powell,
Colin Powell.
Day of the Dead.
Day of the Dead. And for those that do want to watch this, the only place that it's streaming is Tubi, where it's free that way. You'll have some ads.
Yeah.
But I looked at a few places, and I looked on our app that shows where it's at. You can't even rent this. I mean, it's like nowhere except Tubi.
But here's the amazing thing, buddy.
Lay it
I'm
on
going to
me.
mention this.
Please.
Last night, I was just browsing Twitter, and I follow a Twitter account by a guy named Broke Horror Fan.
Ooh, okay.
At Broke Horror Fan. And he posts different sales and specials on different movies. And I have been checking Amazon for Candyman Day of the Dead because I was hoping that you would pick this. And I'm going to talk about that in a second, too.
Yeah.
But it's not there. The only version they have is like some foreign version that may not play in my Blu-ray player.
Yikes.
But suddenly, he posts that there is a video company that just released Candyman Day of the Dead.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, how is that possible? Like, how is that timing
Dude.
possible?
This always happens with our podcast, though. There's always good timing.
It always happens.
Always. That's awesome.
Like, they release Candyman Day of the Dead on Blu-ray the week before we're about to cover it.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy, man. That's awesome.
And I'm looking at my orders because I feel like we should tell people who the so who is this? Who is this company? I'm not even very Vestron DVDs. It's a collector's series and it's got a ton of extras.
Cool.
When I thought that I was not going to be able to see any extras.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right?
Perfect timing. Wow.
So, yeah, it is available on Blu-ray. The Vestron video, it was just released last week, and it's only $12.69.
Sweet.
That's the other crazy thing.
And it's Blu-ray?
It's a Blu-ray
Wow. That's awesome.
with tons of bonus features.
That is awesome.
But the other cool thing that I wanted to mention is that it is not going to be easy for you and I to do a complete series watch through like we're doing with Candyman.
What do you mean?
Silence.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to remind everybody out there
Uh-huh.
that you and I have no idea. We do not discuss this
Right.
before one of us picks a movie.
Right. You're right.
When we record the episode, that's when we find out what the other person is picking.
Right.
So I had to this was my plan when we did our New Year's episode, and I said I have plans and ideas for the podcast, and you said we can discuss it on Tuesday, and I said no, this has to do more with what movies we're picking.
Ah.
This is what I was talking about.
Yeah, dude.
So I needed you to at some point choose the original Candyman,
Nice.
and then I would pick Candyman 2, and hopefully you would just continue the trend and pick Candyman 3.
Oh my gosh.
And it worked out. But we don't plan this ahead.
No, you're right.
Like, if you go back, like in a couple months, if you go back and look at our episodes, you're going to see this Candyman retrospective and say, oh, they did a retrospective. They planned this really well. No, we didn't.
No, we really didn't. No, we didn't.
We're just in tune, buddy.
That is awesome.
Yeah, man. It also has to do, that's the other thing. We can't always do this because this one worked out. You had never seen the original.
You're right.
And I had never seen parts 2 and 3.
Oh my gosh.
And neither of us have seen the 2021 Candyman, obviously.
Right.
So,
wow, it really did work out. That's awesome.
Now, I can't say I'm super excited to watch Day of the Dead.
Well, here's what I'm saying, though.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, like I mentioned, I had, I had no expectations for 2, and I ended up really liking it. So I'm going in with this one just saying I don't know even what to expect. Whatever happens, happens. I'm hoping I come out on the other side happy, but if I don't, that's okay.
Yeah, I have no idea what it's about.
I'm either.
I don't know the director. Turi Meyer is the name of the director. I don't know who that is. So that's interesting. So I am looking forward to seeing it, but I'm definitely apprehensive because this one definitely did not get good reviews. So, but I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, well, we gotta. I mean, if we're doing Candyman, let's do it, man.
We're doing Candyman.
We're doing Candyman.
Next up, the Leprechaun series.
I would have to pick the first one though.
Well, no, because I haven't ever finished it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I mean,
there are like 12 of them.
that's the other good thing about Candyman. It's 4 movies right now, so we're taking up a month of fun with horror to do the Candyman series.
I love it, man. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun with horror.
With horror. I see what you did there.
Yeah, we did it again.
Yep.
Oops, I did it again.
Oh no.
And with that, I think we're reaching the end of our podcast, buddy.
I think so too. This is probably where the music will come in.
Yeah.
Right about here, and
you're talking about Britney Spears, right?
I am. Yeah. I got the rights
cool.
to all of her music. So.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Oh man, I love you, dude. This was as
I love
always,
you too.
A blast. I am genuinely enjoying this Candyman rabbit hole.
Me too.
Super fun.
I'm very curious about what Candyman Day of the Dead holds.
Yeah, me too.
Oh man.
Oh,
well, you have a wonderful week, my friend.
you as well. Have fun. Enjoy work. Enjoy home.
Everybody out there, we love you.
Yes.
We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. Our Gmail is, or our email is funwithhorrorpodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to write us. Feel free to say hi. Please leave us a review on iTunes if you can. That would be wonderful.
Be amazing.
We are getting more popular on iTunes, Apple Podcasts. So every week is a good week, and we get more and more listeners every week, and we love it. We love you.
We love you. This is awesome.
All right. I will talk to you later, my friend.
All right, buddy. Love you, man.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Candyman, 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 Candyman.